It's okay, Nikolai. We are now in live in YouTube. Hello,
I know,
everyone.
like,
So I will start my talk in Russian if you uh, not protect me. Okay.
If you
Uh,
don't mind.
to the local people, I speak in Russian. So I will start right now. Всем
sure.
привет, ребята. Сейчас начинается наш очередной кофе-толк. Кофе-толк сегодня у нас с UX-UI дизайнерами. Мы привлекли UX-дизайнера из Южной Боливии, из Южной Америки, из страны Боливия, и двух дизайнеров местного рынка. Спасибо всем спикерам за присоединение.
Разлива.
Сегодня... Ребята, вы все в эфире, вас все видят, вас все слышат, если что. Всем привет, меня зовут Калича, я член команды VTM Кыргызстан. Вот наша эмблема, можно так сказать. Вот. И вот являюсь проект-менеджером в местных компаниях, можно так сказать. И очень сильно увлекаюсь дизайном, поэтому для меня этот толк тоже очень важный. Все, теперь немножко про план нашего стрима. Поговорим, сперва поприветствуем друг друга, поговорим, кто есть кто. И дальше расскажем, кто такой UX-UI дизайнер. И после этого иностранный спикер приготовил для нас презентацию. Так что вот так. Nikolai is out. So, okay. Okay.
Okay.
He's gonna come back.
Okay, let's start our talk. Nikolai will be join us as soon as possible. So, English version below. Hello everyone, my name is Kalicha. I am a project manager in Bishkek. I located in Bishkek. Now I'm staying here in my flat, in my apartment in Bishkek too. I work. Nikolai is here. Yes. So I am the member of VTM Women Techmakers Kazakhstan. And now we will stream about UX UI design and let's start introducing our speakers. Let's start with Carlitos from Bolivia. Hi, Carl.
Hi. Well,
Can you please talk about who are you?
Sure.
Introduce yourself, please.
Okay. Well, my name is Carlos, actually. And yeah, everyone in my country call me Carlitos. Is like everyone calls you that because they have like they care about you and they call you that. And I am a product designer, actually. I work for a startup. It's called Panel Fresh, and I'm working for a company. It's called Kumi Solutions. On both companies, I'm a product designer. I work as a UI and UX designer. So I have like 7 to 8 years of experience working as a UI UX designer. And yeah, I'm almost self-taught on design. I never went to school to learn about design. I learned everything on internet, on online courses. And yeah, that's me, I think.
Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you. Sorry for naming I like
You can
Carlitos.
call me whatever you want.
Okay, thank you.
Worry.
Thank you very much to join our stream.
No,
The
thank you so
next
much for
speaker,
having me.
not all. Next, Next speaker, our speaker is Nikolai Sokolov. Hi, Nikolai. How are you? We don't hear you, Nikolai.
Hi again. Sorry, my internet connection today is very bad, and any kind of stuff might happen. So I'm a bit stressed about it, and actually I'm introduced myself second time, so I'll try to make it shorter.
Okay.
For the current time, I'm working as a CEO and founder at Redflip. Redflip is my own company, which specialize on product design. We make digital products we love and share experience as a school. So I hope you won't perceive this as an advertising. And I don't know what should I add. So I have tons of experience as a designer. In my very old time, I've been starting as a Flash designer. Then I became a web designer. Then I became a UI designer, and now I making products as a CEO and founder. So yep.
Thank you, Nikolai, very much. Don't be nervous. We are all nervous. Don't be shy to comment our speech. So next speaker is located also in Bishkek. This is Mihail Efimenko. Hi, Misha.
Hi, I'm Mihail Efimenko. I was born in Lithuania, then moved here in 2003. Finished here in Bishkek, in Kyrgyzstan. I finished here school and university. I am architecture by profession. I'm working as UX UI designer now, starting as graphic designer, illustrator. Also, I made this till these days. But best experience and what best I like to do, working with different apps, work with different interfaces, improving them. Yeah, that's most that I like to work with my brains. Yeah, I think that's all.
Cool. Thank you very much, Misha. So let's talk about who is a UX UI designer. Nikolai, can you start, or can you say to our attendees who is a UX UI designer? What is the difference between UX UI designer and graphic designer? What is different between UX and UI? And what is a UI and UX?
Okay.
So many questions to you.
You're talking like this. This is your style of talking. Okay. Actually, just to be franco, I'll be talking about this 1,000 times because I'm a UX tutor, so I'll try to be short and clear. So yeah, I perceive UX designer as a position in production teams. Basically is about logic thinking. So if you are working as a graphic designer or illustrator, you should know that most of your tasks will be linked with visual aesthetics and some creative skills. And as a graphic designer or illustrator, you can get job done just with yourself and be with the team in a short short distance of time, like you came, made your job, like a poster or some advertising, and quit from the team. And this is the main difference, I think, in our case, that UX designer is a person which is working with the team on long distance, like from idea of the app or product till first public release. And other differences are, I think, all about kind of thinking, like UX based on, as I already told, on logic thinking, system thinking, and empathy. Like, you know your user, you know his pains and goals, and try to get some ideas how you can get rid him from that pains.
Yeah.
Perfect. I think really perfect.
I think a UX designer also needs to have like methodologies to do everything. So if you are a UX designer and you're doing research, you need to know how to do your research and how to get value from that research, right? And also when you're doing user testing, you need to understand how you need to test an application or a website. So I think it's really cool for a UX designer because they have like a mentality to problem solvers. But at the end of the day, if you even know you need to solve problems, you need the right methodologies to do it. So I think it's kind of that. And a UI designer, like Nikolai said, is more on visual, on aesthetics, on branding, on color, on copywriting, and how to communicate with visuals. So yeah, I think that's the difference for me.
Any additions?
Any addition from Mihail?
Oh, you said, I think, everything that have to. How would like UX UI designer? Yeah, I can add that UX design is design that to make it have to work, not to be firstly gracious or beautiful. Yeah, firstly we work with business, with people, with understanding users. They will see our apps or interfaces. We have to understand, and after that, we have to make beautiful decisions for people. Yeah, looks like.
We should make a prototype in Figma.
Yeah, of course, yeah. And if you're a good designer, you have to work with Figma, yes? Yeah,
Not for
yeah, really. Yeah, sure. So, yeah, guys said really good things that if you're a UX UI designer, you have to be expert in not only design. Yes, you have to understand how people are thinking. You have to understand how they go through the app and interfaces. You really have to know best and short text for copywriting to make different buttons or different screen steps. So yes, UX UI designer is really bigger than just a graphic designer or illustrator. And yes, as Nikolai said, UX UI designer from the beginning in the project till the end. Yes, he knows everything, and have to explain for everyone, for each member of the team, what he want to do, what project means for people. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. Carl, can you talk I have the one question to you. What is different between product designer and UX UI designer?
Oh, a product designer actually is needs to have like all the skills, or need to know a little bit about UX and need to know a little bit about UI design. So a product designer is more like he knows the whole thing about how to design a product, but it has to be he needs to know about how to create a marketing campaign, or needs to understand how the branding is going to be communicated, and how the app is going to get how the user is going to get the app. Or it's more like a big field, but a product designer usually works with UX designers and UI designers, and he knows a little bit about everything. I don't know if the guys here.
Yeah. I have a little addition about product design, because there is little hype about this profession in our industry during the last years. Like everybody was web designers, then everybody became a UX UI, and now every job or labor website is fulfilled of product designers. And what these kind of guys do, nobody knows. So, yeah, I can.
Yes.
Yeah, as a product designer, I can make a pizza, and as a product designer, I can make an app.
Yeah, because a product designer also cares about the business. So
a little problem.
yeah,
in this name.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's true.
I think as a product designer, just to clearly understand this kind of profession, you can add business logic. Like when you clearly understand business goals and can, I don't know, as like a prophet, not analyst, but at least like a prophet, you can predict how many users will become in the first version of your app, and how your design decisions linked to total, I don't know, monthly active users. So that, I think, makes you as a product designer, and you can pretend on that positions.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool addition from Nikolai. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, we have some comments from YouTube. Laura, I don't know how it spells. I'll say hi to Carlitos. We had some fun from YouTube stream.
Yeah. She's a girl from Woman Techmakers Nicaragua.
Oh, cool. Women Techmakers Bolivia. Cool.
Yeah.
Hi. Hello. Yeah. So let's Carl today prepared for us a little presentation about how can UX design solve business problem and reach business goals. So stage yours, Carl.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. So let me know. Okay. So, yeah, I made this presentation. Okay, you don't have to see that. I made this presentation to understand how design can impact digital products now. And this is because in my country, it's not impacting, companies are not realizing how design can impact on digital products. So something I want to do with the people on the stream is to take 10 seconds to watch your phone and take a look for 3 apps that you really love. So grab your phone and look for the 3 apps you really love, okay? You have 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, stop. Probably you have the 3 apps you really love because it's not so difficult to choose those 3 apps. And I want everyone on the chat can write their answers, please, on the chat. Okay? I'm gonna try to watch the chat here. So, okay. Meanwhile, you're writing your answers on the chat. I'm gonna try to understand what just happened and how you choose those 3 apps from your phone. And basically, I think you choose those apps because one, those are the most you use every day, or they are the most you like to use because the interface is cool, the interface is great, or one of them can solve a problem you have, and this solves the better way. Because most of these apps, for sure, have competition, and the competition does the same, but you load these 3 apps because specific things the designers did on those applications. So we're gonna try to understand where design can make the difference on a digital product. And actually, it's about what we're talking about earlier, and it's about aesthetics. When you invest on aesthetics for your digital product, this can make the difference. And this is the work for UI designers. They mainly focus on the visual experience of the product. And another thing is the experience. And that's where we were talking about how a UI designer and UX designer can differentiate from each other. And actually, the UX designers focus on experience. And they trying to understand the users and bring the user in the center of the design of a product, and understand the problems and understand how they can solve that problem for these users, okay? And the product designers can focus on functionality, but also, as we were talking, is about the business and how everything is gonna work together and how this product is gonna work as a whole thing. Like visuals is gonna connect with experience and the business goals and everything. So this is really, really important. And that's where product designers are important for a product. And now we're gonna try to understand how the design can make the difference on a product. And actually, investing on designers for your product, on either way is a UI designer or a UX designer, or maybe someone like is a UI UX designer, can make the difference because they can make the development process a little bit shorter, or they can save you some money on development, because they can save you from 30 to 50% of the budget you maybe have to invest on development. So if you do the right research, you're gonna save some money. And actually, this happens when the users accept a product as a solution for a problem. If you create a good experience and you create a good UI interface for your product, it's going to increase on a 70%. And 72% is going to be increased on user adoption. And there is a number here like 60% of software functionality. That's the number of users that really care about functions that the product have. Maybe the product solve a problem, but only 60% of those people, of those users, are going to care about all the all the features that your product have. And for an e-commerce, usually you're gonna see an increase on purchases. You're gonna be an increase on the people recommending your product to another users, and you're gonna reduce the numbers when they are going through the funnel of conversion, and this is gonna be reduced, and you're gonna convert more users on your product. And actually, this is a success story, because if you know kayak.com, when they start the website where you can buy tickets and you can buy flights, they started to invest in UI and UX designers, and they have an increase on revenue of 800%. So that's a lot of money. And to understand how valuable and how can you save some money on developing a product, you can see if you invest a little bit on research, like this is a graphic from 1, 10, 100, and you invest like $1 on research, you're gonna be saving some money. It's so different when you invest to solve a problem on development. It's going to be a lot more money. So this is like you invest $1 on research, you invest $10 if you change something that is on design, or if it's in development, it's going to cost you much more. And of course, if you invest on experience and you invest on UI, users are going to be they're going to be willing to pay more for your product because it's well designed or offers a good experience. So investing in UX basically means that you can invest like 10% and you're going to gain 83% of conversion. So you're going to have an increase in conversion, and this increase in conversion from all the conversion rate from users on a funnel of conversion on e-commerce website is going to increase to 2% like normal conversion. So that's really good for e-commerce. And this investing on UX, investing on experience is going to give you a return of these users because they are going to return to your website and they're going to be buying again. And this is going to be like a 60% of intention of return. And that's a lot. And finally, if you have a budget when you're creating a product, you try to invest from 10 to 12% on UX, because this is going to give you a lot of value to the product. So try to keep this amount of money to invest on a designer or a team of designers. And thank you so much. That was what I needed to talk about, and I needed to share with you. And hope you like it. And if you have any questions, you can write your questions on the chat, and I'm sure Kalicha is going to help me to
Yes, I'm going to help.
To answer those questions.
Thank you very much for presentation.
No, thank you.
Misha is already here.
Yeah. Okay.
If you guys
have you got any addition to presentation
Yeah.
to this presentation.
Amazing deck. I love your way of explaining the value of UX designer in companies, because I think there is a big misunderstanding in business people. I don't know, because everybody want to have a picture of the app and looking for the man who can do it. So it's very stupid. It's very stupid approach that can't make a revenue at the end of the development. So I very love your presentation, and the actual digits that you gathered are, I think, the most effective thing that should clear this misunderstanding for now. And concept of 1-10-100 it was a little just for me like discovery or well, I don't know how does it named, just a good way of clarifying things like analytics. And I don't know where did you get these digits, but I feel it. So so my question is 1-10-100. Where is it from?
Yeah, actually, that was from a teacher who teach me about how to show the return of investment on UX, and how can I explain this to clients. So they told me, try to understand and give them an example that is easy to understand how the costs are on development, on design, or research. So they can understand they are not investing a lot of money on research, and that is going to reduce the cost on development. So yeah, basically is that, and it's from a course that I take a long time ago.
I think we can more simplify this thing to listen your user, listen your business, and do some research first.
Please.
Probably.
Oh, thank you. We have some question from Bishkek, actually. Carl, do you use A/B testing for determine what way is better? Ask
Sure.
Alex Ermashek.
You always need to try to test your product, and A/B testing is a way to test the product. So it's not the only way, because you have user testing, you call users and you test the users. But A/B testing works great when you have two ideas that you need to understand which works better. And yeah, of course, we use A/B testing too in the company.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry. I think not only me, tools for A/B testing.
A tool for A/B testing. Oh, we have HubSpot and Hotjar. You have
Cool.
two tools. There's a lot of.
I just think that everybody want to know what professionals are using actually.
Yeah, if you use Hotjar, it's a really great tool. I don't know if you know that tool. Do you know Hotjar?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, and I don't know.
Can
Okay,
you type,
Hotjar
please, to the host
is
chat?
like a tracking tool, and it gives you insights of how the user behaves on your product. Oh. So you can add a line of code on your website or in your product, and it's gonna start sending a lot of insights from the users. So you can create funnels, you can create A/B testing, you can create, like, you can record how a user is using the website, and you're gonna have those recordings on the platform. So it's really awesome.
Yeah. Like I have additions, yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Also, you can make testings if you have really enough people in company, giving them user stories and watch what we're doing, and that's really funny because you expect what they will do with steps in app, but they can't sign up. And you, yeah, you're thinking about
just
app in
throwing
the
away the phone.
Yeah, because what I'm talking about, you think that the user will download the app, they will use it, they will request and send people this app, yeah, they will connect this app. But reality, they can download the app, see the 2-3 screens of sign up, they will not like this, and yeah, throw up. So reality really cruel. So you can test, yes, with real people. If you got, yeah, you can leave them user stories and they will go by them. Yeah, I made this with app which I was developing with guys. Yeah, and it's really was surprised what working and what not working. Yeah.
Yeah, great.
I have an addition to addition.
Okay. Let's go.
So it's a little story about my complicated experience with user testing, and just to I'm sorry. Just to visualize the process when you are not using the proper test tool, you are looking this way. So 1.5 years ago, I was working on a transport app about buses and seats in a bus. Probably Misha should know. I don't know. So yeah. And when I was working on the very first alpha version, and we with the team were testing it, and I have 2 phones. Where in the first phone I'm a driver, in the second phone I'm a passenger, and you have your work seat, and you imagine like it's your home. You have a meeting room, and you imagine this is your job. And you are booking the route, choosing a route, booking a ride, and as a driver you see this route, see this ride, yeah, and stop on the stop. And it's actually blowing your mind, and you are texting as a report of the both users, and it's very complicated to do yourself. So the easiest way to simplify this process is using the professional tools and groups of real users, not developers, because you are, as a designer, you are a developer and your goals are another. So yes, don't blow your mind like me.
Yeah. And actually, an addition to the addition is, like Nikolai said, is really important to have the real users. Because if you're gonna making an app for a driver, you need to test that with drivers, because they behave different from normal people. They have different problems, and you understand that with real users.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for additions. Maybe Misha have some addition too.
The addition of addition for addition. Yeah, guys said everything about testing. Yeah, if you can testing, yeah, and if you can test with guys in your company, okay. But yes, if you got some specific like drivers, or maybe I work with project where was with builders. Yeah, you can't think as builder. Yeah, this is a profession that they are working. If you give them phone, yes, with this app, yeah, you don't know what will they do. Yeah, you are doing this app by yourself. You're not builder, yes, but thinking as builder, I don't know. So exactly the way with drivers, you can think as a driver. You can do everything, yes, to make clear, but I don't know. So yeah, if it's
just because you are not a driver.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you are not musician, you can think as musician. Yeah, this is all professions. Yes.
I'm not a mom of seven children.
Yes.
Guys, I just want the last, I hope, edition. Our question is about A/B testing.
Oh yeah.
A/B testing, like in my rough world of that time of manual testing, I was writing the long reports. Like, if you know, there is a term in UX like empathy map, and it's kind of complicated for novices, and it's all about like what you think or what you want and what you get. Like, you open the app and you want a map, but you get another, and you
expectations and reality.
Yeah, expectations and reality, and your report and final predictions, like version A, like a map in the main screen, and version B, like a subscribe form in a main screen, should based on some real feedback. And if you are using some tool, you should base first. You should base your predictions in A and B on real feedback, and second, you should test on real users. I think that's all. So yes.
Yeah.
We did it.
Thank you. We have one question too. How often do you have to redo some little things in the design when the app development has already started?
Always.
Yeah.
every day like holiday.
Yeah, it's all the time.
Yeah, I think every one of us made design. You send them to developers, they discuss, they say no, you remake, they start it. Then clients will make some additions, you remake. Developers say you can do, you remake. You make call with all of them. Yes, you remake everything. Yeah, and then you can throw up the app.
It's just a cycle of the pain. User pain, designer pain, developer pain.
This is, but all mistakes that you are doing or creating are the upgrading of the app. Yes, if you will understand that all steps that you plus for a long time of development were wrong, and you threw them through the app, this is really perfect way. If you what's the noise? If you from the beginning work with clients and they say, I want this feature, you okay, let's go. And this feature, okay, let's go. And this one, okay, let's go. And
I'm opening the Figma.
Then yes, let's go. You can do by yourself. You're a good client, you can pay, and let's go. I will do everything. No, this is not a perfect way, you have to stop clients, have to stop developers. Oh no, developers will stop you all the time, yeah, because they want to make it simpler as perfect. And simple is perfect. That's really, because when you make apps with really big, I don't know, work services, it will not work. If you will make an app which will straight go to the goals, yes, this app will work. So yeah, that's my addition was pain.
Like
Good.
to our pain.
Max Payne.
So if you haven't got any addition to this comment, we have another question from this guy.
Okay.
Hi everyone. How to improve creativity, individuality for designer? It is a big question for me. So what tips can you advise to this
Like this.
Onurhan
Let's go.
Akirov?
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Okay. First of all, I'll try to demystify the creativity, because as a user experience designers, actually, it's very risky thing, because if you think very creative like an artist, like Van Gogh, you could make not valuable thing, like your imagination could push you to make something very unusual, and okay, that's cool, that looks fresh, and dribble shot will have lots of likes, but your user cannot understand this thing. It will be complicated to simply to get, simply to understand, and creativity is very risky way. So I suggest you firstly be very strict with this type of thinking. When you think that's very creative, it's very risky to do something bad. So yeah.
Better to make a simple thing, but understandable.
However, you can. My pronunciation of however is awesome. You can improve your creativity if you want, simply through way of looking for imagination. Like you can get some. You can make an exploration like mood board of analogs of the apps or website, but at the end of your inspiration, you can be inspired of any kind of art or design, or even talk to someone. So if you have a very various life experience, that will push your creativity. So go to the bar, take some boost, and go to the dance.
I've got addition.
That's imagination.
I think I will say maybe stupid things, but if you want to do something or improve something, go and do something and go improve something. I mean, yes, because people ask. I'm also illustrator, yeah, and people ask how to start drawing, and you say then go and draw, yeah, man. So if you want to improve your design skills, you got to use your apps, what you're using, yeah, and look what these apps are doing. You have to thinking like as designer, yeah, we do it every day. We work with, but not work. We're always with apps, yeah. We see them, but don't think how they are working, yeah. if you will start thinking of these apps, yeah, you will ask your questions, I think.
Work is the
Improve your
best
skills
inspiration.
by title Do or Die.
One more addition. I think we can call this this call one more addition. I'm sorry. Yeah, working is the best inspiration actually when your brain is acting and not just scrolling the hands. Just stop this shit and start working. That's it.
Yeah, dribble and Behance is not for designer. Yeah, just remember.
Sometimes.
Where did you find this? Oh, on Dribble. Okay. Is it work? No, this was concept. Okay. Okay. But beautiful. Oh, yeah, sure.
Neomorphism.
Something I can say about how to improve creativity, I think it's like Nikolai said, is working, and you can work on your own projects or concepts or things where you can test how things work and show the people what you're doing and get feedback from them. And that doing these exercises like all the time is going to increase your creativity and it's going to make you a better designer, I think.
Cool, thank you for your comments. We have one addition to question by it was about redo something in the design. So Kunirhan said that it slow all process down. And now to be with complaints of developers because of often changes in design.
Oh yeah, that's because of the last question we already answered, right? Because you keep iterating, solving problems on the product, and you keep making changes on design. But something we do in the company is we have like stages where something can't be changed. So this is going to be designed like this, and you have to develop this this way, and you can change nothing from it. So this goes to development, and there's not going to be any changes, and the client is going to sign these screens. So he's accepting everything that's there, and the look and feel and everything, the flows and all of that. And if you go to an iteration later, well, that's where you can make some changes on the design. But usually we try to have this development like mock-ups ready and don't change on the way too much.
I know Nikolai wants to say.
I'm very sorry. You know, Kunirhan Kirov, there is absolutely a regular situation when you are working with developers and everybody in the team has a strict meaning about everything. So yeah, about your design, every team member has a strict meaning. So yeah, okay, position. So I'm sorry. Complaints with it. Shit happens. Just I was remembered the main title of the company I love, Envision. Their philosophy is three sentences: design better, faster, together. So together means the answer of the question. Don't spend extra time to make the mockups when you can simply go to the developer and say, could we change the buttons? And that's it. That's how you can speed up your workflow.
I have addition. So that will be really short addition. Yeah, and Nikolai said about this one. I come to one point that if you will make a design, then you make a prototype, really detailed prototype. I think you can make it when the app is released, yeah, and you know how it's working and you know how to improve. You really can make this detailed prototype. You can talk with clients; they will approve everything, confirm, and then you also will speak with developers, and you will give to them resolved problems. Yeah. They will see that yeah, you really make a good job. They see how it works. They see all validations, everything's in app each way. They will not ask you. They will just work and make what you do for them. You save time of all team as UX UI designer by working hard with clients. Yes, with PM. When you resolve a problem, yeah, they will just say to you, thank you. They will not, but but they will really be glad if you will do this. So yeah, if you make a good prototype, detailed, and talk with clients, and they will approve, developers just have to resolve this problem. Yeah, just develop.
Yeah, another thing is maybe as a designer, you need to talk to developers all the time. You need to talk to them and show the screens and talk about, you can do that, this can be done, and make sure everything you're doing is going to be able for them to do. So I think that's really important to work together, everyone on the team.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Your ability to talk simply about your design solutions is design process as well.
Yeah.
Just this insight.
Yeah. Exactly.
You are designing not only when you're sitting with a laptop. You are designing when you are talking or gathering some information as well.
True.
Okay. Good question, Alex.
Comment from our attendees. Very funny.
We will not comment with, maybe kids are watching us. We don't use drugs. Oh, no. Go away. We're not like that.
Yeah, they're not going to help you for creativity.
Sorry. We have some comments to Carl. Thank you for great presentation from SUSY-Jam. What do you like most about designing SUSY-Jam site?
What do you like most about design? Who's going to answer first?
Nikolai,
let's go.
No?
I don't like design.
You can do it too.
Design is a very painful process, but I love it. Kidding.
I love pain.
So yeah, I think the more no. The first thing I love in design is just a way of changing your actual reality around you. Like you actually can improve some process or even life of thousands of people, and that's kind of thing that I love firstly in our profession. So I have a bad connection. I don't know. Did you get my sentence? or
Yeah,
not?
we hear
Yeah, we
you.
applause for you. That's really thank you, Nikolai.
Bad connection.
До слез просто. Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly. I think for me, what I like the most about design is when you see a user using your product, there's nothing compared with that feeling, and the user is happy using the product and they're sharing with his friends and talking about something you did. I think that's really awesome. So I like that feeling from solving problems for people.
And what about you, Mikhail?
Yeah, same feelings. I think that for all designers, starting from graphic designer, as you make a perfect logo for company, yeah, and you see that this company lives, they using your logo, like I don't know, company of coffee, yeah, and you see everywhere this logo, yeah, that's really. I really love this. Yeah, I made for one company, yes, coffee logo. Yeah, and we are working till these days. Yeah, and when you see that people like to go to this coffee spots make really good job. Yeah, everyone like this. Everyone like design. So you're really happy because yeah, you compare each other. Yeah.
Thank you. Great answer. Thank you, said Kunirhan. And also, Kunirhans have another question to us. It's do you know a developer and or PM who become a designer?
Developer. Okay.
I raise my hand
Carlos.
because actually I am a developer. I studied
Oh,
systems
Cool.
engineering, and from system engineering I become a designer. So yeah, I think everyone can become a UX designer actually, and if you have like the knowledge on graphic design, it's easier to become a UI designer because you understand color and understand hierarchy and everything. So yeah, I think no matter what's the thing, the specialization you have, or the studies you have, you can become a designer.
Oh, cute.
I have a little thing to. I'm bored about additions. My addition worked. So, okay, become a designer. UX and UI is just different types of thinking and working, but you are doing it in the same time all the time. Like you are working on UI, thinking about UX, and the opposite way. So if you're experiencing visual side like graphic design, or I don't know, maybe some cool presentations as a PM, so UI will be simpler for you to achieve. And if you have an experience in some work with
Oh, Nikolai have bad connection actually.
in the interesting moment.
Just a second. Nikolai is here already.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So yes, it's all based on your previous experience. If it contains some visual side of work, like cool presentations, maybe some posters, maybe some banners, UI will be simpler for you. If you have some working with data experience, or working with some focus groups or interviews or gathering the feedback, UX will be much easier for you to achieve.
Thank you, Nikolai. And another question from Kunirhan. Carlo, which specificity you like more, and which problem did you have when you changed specialty?
Well, for me, I think I really like now. I really like UX. At first, when I started on design, I really like graphic design because I like how the designers communicate messages through images. So that was great. But when I become a UI designer, I understand that it's not just about communicating a message. It's about how the user can understand how the product works. And more of that when I understand how UX makes this like a profession for you, and you can talk to users and empathy and empathize with them. And I don't know, I like to talk to people, so I like the UX field because of that, because I can have contact with people and talk about their problems and try to think on solutions. And yeah, I really love that.
Thank you. And the last two questions from Ali and Piggyman. Ali asked, what is the most challenging task you ever had?
Okay, who starts?
I can say, yeah, okay. I will answer. Every task. You know, for designer, yes, each task, because for designer, helicopters, yes. Okay.
UFO.
Yeah. Oh my god. Okay. Each task is main. Each task is I don't know, have specialties. You have to research. You have to make it with. По-русски было проще сказать. For my English is bad. I can explain what I'm thinking. Yeah. So yes, each task is really difficult for designer. You have to research. You have to do this. You have to think. Is it resolve the problem? You can just get the task, yes, and go to resolve. Yes, of course, you got simple task, but to be sure, yes, you got to research, because before you, people made these decisions. You have to find them, how they realize the problem. If it resolves the problem, yes, you can make as the sample. If you didn't find, so just try to make your decision, yes, but don't как бы сказать, не изобретайте велосипед. But
Don't invade the bicycle.
Yes, because before you was everything made. Just try to find the best way of resolving the problem. Yeah.
But if you have a task to invent the bicycle,
Don't do it.
I think always clients say, yeah, I want something perfect, something new. Yeah, no one serious.
flying bicycle with the 10 wheels
Included time machine inside. Yeah.
and wings.
For 10 people in one time. Yeah.
Challenging. I have an addition to this word. I think challenging is the key word in the question. So yeah, for me, in my career, challenging was the main. I don't know how to explain. The main fact that this task will grow me as a designer. So if you perceive the task as a challenging task, you should take it.
Yeah. Definitely, you are right.
Yeah.
If you're afraid of tasks, take them. If you don't know how to resolve them, take them. Because if you will find the answer, you will be stronger, and you will have more skills as designer. Yes. So if you don't know how to make something, make it. Find the way.
Yeah.
If you will afraid and will do some task, will say I don't know how to make it, and I will not research. No, you are, I think, young designer. If you don't know how to do, and you will say, okay, I will find answers, I will research, yes, I will download 10 apps, and I will find the way. Yeah, you are, I think, a good designer. You are, I think, you can say that you are professional because you are acting as a professional, you know.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a recent task because we're working on accessibility for our product, and we're trying to solve our product for low vision and blind and colorblind people. So for me, the more difficult part was get rid of the visual bias that everyone have because we're not blind and we're not colorblind, or we're not low vision. So get rid of that as a designer is really difficult because you're thinking on colors, you're thinking on typography, and not everyone works with those people. So even information hierarchy or information structure on a website works different when you're using voice readers. So that was kind of difficult recently because I didn't know how these people use the websites, and now I understand how difficult for them can be if you don't think on how you can design for them. So yeah, that was really cool. And thinking of accessibility for websites, it's something I don't know. It's great.
Really good skills.
Yeah.
Thank you. And the last question is from Begimai, from lead of VTM Kyrgyzstan. Begimai asked how to start UX UI designer career.
Start, just start. Yeah, start. Let's go. Yeah, that's all. I answer. Next question.
Make a simple app. Try to find a programmer in your friends who is thinking about a programmist career and do something real together. Oh my God!
Yeah.
I was with mute microphone or not? I'm not
sure.
No,
yes.
We hear you.
We hear you.
Okay. Continue.
Sorry.
I think the good advice could be just to find your friend with the plans in programmist career and do something great together, not only mock-up and not only code. And I think it's the best way when you came to profession with the real product you made. It might be very simple app, I don't know, timer or weather, anything. Weather for cyclists. Anything where programmer will say you like, oh, it's very simple to achieve the data from World Weather Center. And so yeah, give me some UI and we make an app.
Yeah, I think something you can do is start small, start with something small, but try to learn the basics on the field of design you want to learn. So if you want to learn about UX design, learn about the process and try to follow the process, making a really small project. Or if you want to learn about UI design, try to learn the basis of how you create a user interface. So do something small, and you can start with your own projects, with concepts, like I said before. And like Nikolai said, you can talk with friends and build a team and try to work on a solution or a product that is easy to build, and you start designing, basically.
And another approach, just go to any Facebook page of your local IT teams and text them, I can do your product better.
Oh,
Oh my
Challenge.
god! Fighting, yeah. Yeah.
So thank you very much from Suicide Jam. You guys are amazing. I
Thank
had
you.
great time. Thanks. Actually, I joined this type of comment. Thank you very much for joining our stream. It's called Coffee Talks. Coffee Talks every Saturday at 12 a.m. p.m. by Bishkek. Thank you, Carl, Misha, Kola, to join VTM community.
Thank you so much for having
And
me.
see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Всем
Thank you.
спасибо.
Thank you.
It
Thank
was
you
really,
for our
really nice meeting
attendees.
you guys.
See you.
So
Спасибо всем.
I hope we can meet
See you
again.
in Silicon Valley.
See you there.
Thank you.
Ciao.